So I've had this monitor for a little while now, and I think I'm finally ready to share my thoughts. What up, YouTube? I am Sean Arona, and welcome back to Stuck in Left Films, where we are creative 100% of the time. Today, we are doing my review of the Atomos Ninja V. So if you're looking into this little monitor, you probably know some of the specs already, but one of the coolest things about this monitor is that it's also an external recorder, which means that you can take an Hdmi signal out of your camera and record straight to this device. This often gives you record options that your camera does not have internally, and a lot of what's missing from certain mirrorless cameras out there is that you can't record a 4K 10-bit signal straight to the camera. A lot of cameras can do 4K, but it's not as high quality of a bitrate. And so this monitor actually goes all the way up to 60 frames per second at 10-bit 422. And you can record in different flavors of ProRes. So that is a very cool feature. Let's talk about this thing as a monitor for a sec, shall we? So I've used this on a number of projects, and I really love the crisp image on this monitor. It gets me excited about the project while I'm working on it. I get to see the details in the frame. It helps me check for details in the frame if I need to move something around. It's honestly just a really good image, and part of this is because this is a full 1920 by 1080 monitor, which some professional monitors out there that are also recorders, such as the Odyssey 7Q, is only a 720p monitor, and that is a very popular monitor in the industry, as well as one of the smaller monitors that is about the same size as this one by Small HD. That one was also only a 720p monitor. Now, that's a good monitor too, but the image quality that this lets you look at while you're filming something is just, I don't know, it's just good. Speaking of other monitors, some people prefer having a bigger screen than this. This one's 5 inches. For me, 5 inches is absolutely perfect because I don't know, I don't like having big monitors if I'm using a small camera. It just adds too much weight, and it becomes kind of hard to mess with. This, to me, is like the perfect size, and because of the resolution, does not take away from my ability to check my frame. It's just perfect size, great image quality. As a monitor, this is really awesome. Comparing it to the Small HD monitor, I do have a little note though. That monitor was the exact same size as this monitor, however, it was a lot lighter than the Ninja V, and also quieter. Because this is an external recorder and it's processing a lot, it ends up needing to have fans, and they're kind of a little loud. It hasn't affected me in a production yet. However, I just want you to be aware that there will be some fan noise when you're recording. So make sure you use your shotgun mic. The Atomos Ninja V takes the NP L series Sony batteries that are common in the industry, that people use on lights, they use on monitors, they use to power certain cameras. The battery life on this monitor doesn't last as long as the Small HD Focus 5. I know I'm talking about the Small HD Focus 5 a lot, but these are very similar monitors in a similar price range. They came out about the same time, and I want to help you guys make an informed decision. This thing has everything you need in a monitor for a DP on set. It has focus peaking, so you can check to see if you're in focus. You have zebra stripes to make sure that your highlights aren't blown out. It's got false color. It's got LUTS that you can toggle on and off, so that if you're shooting in log, you can actually see what it would look like in post while you're recording, and still be able to film in that flat picture profile and get all that dynamic range. Honestly, this device has met my needs, and I kind kind of love it. Back to talking about this device as a recorder, I have filmed a number of projects on the Ninja V, and the video quality does not disappoint. It's using that 10-bit signal, turning them into ProRes files, which are really easy to work with, and the image just comes out so clean. It makes a huge difference. So if you are really interested in getting the Atomos Ninja V, there are a few things that you probably should get along with it. You definitely need a monitor bag, because this monitor does not come with anything. It's just there. So you want to protect it. I got an Atomos bag for it that they make for most of their monitors, but it actually has, you know, a few compartments that I keep my stuff in. You're going to want a magic arm for putting it on your cinema camera, or, you know, into a cheese plate and a cage. This will allow you to really move the monitor around however you like. I know you guys probably know what a magic arm is and why you would use it and how it can tilt and move around the monitor. The reason I'm mentioning this is because my preferred solution is using this small rig monitor mount, and this allows me to connect the monitor straight to my camera cage, and it holds it there tight, but it allows me to actually tilt the monitor very easily. I just like that one. It works for me. I'll include a link in the description below. I don't like magic arms that much, because all of them that I've used, like when you add the battery to the back of a monitor, or it's just a larger monitor, sometimes if you put it in the wrong position, it'll just fall. It won't like completely fall off, but it just doesn't hang right, and you kind of want everything to be like in place, and my monitor mount just keeps it where I want it. That's just what I like. It works for me. The monitor bag allows me to keep SSDs in there, batteries, magic arm, HDMI cables, everything. So I also finally got something for my SSDs. Instead of just the little cord, I now have a Series Ssd Dock for the solid state drives, and it makes it really easy when I come home from a shoot to just take the footage, slide it in, upload everything to the computer, and it's a much more professional solution than just having the little cord, which sometimes doesn't work very well. So a hot topic on my last video was, what HDMI cable do I need for this monitor? You definitely want a cable that is able to take a 4K signal through it, but more importantly, it needs to be fast enough so that you can do the 4K 60 frames per second successfully at 10-bit. The one that I found that is cheap but also works is this one. It's by Blackweb. You can find it at Walmart for really, really cheap. It's a very generic brand. You don't always get to pick how long it is, so I actually have like a really long HDMI cable for it, but you know, you can always tie it together real tight, and that way just use parts that you need when you need it. There are other brands out there, such as the Atomos HDMI cables that are made for video cameras and everything, so those work really well. They're just a little more expensive, so I'll include links so that you guys can do your research, check out what might work best for you. If you want to save money, this works.